We need rest. We need rest. We need rest. We need rest. We are tired. We are labored. Necesitamos descansar. On a besoin de se reposer. Ah, 𝙎𝙊𝘾𝘼𝙎𝙏. What is going on with my team? We look like we've just rolled out of bed and started playing football. No warm-ups, no nothing, no pre-activations. 𝙎𝙾. 3-2 to Mets. Ah. In fairness, I don't think we play bad or anything, but we need rest. We look tired. We look tired. At this point, for PSG, is just win the games. I don't care how it's done, what we need to do, just win and move on. Just get to the Christmas break. Just get to the Christmas break, because now it is so evident. And now it makes me go and think, was I maybe too hard on my team? Because I was going back and looking at Spurs, Bilbao, Monaco, all these games. I think the biggest thing I can go and say is that, yes, of course, we don't look good, but I think it is so evident. We're tired. We're tired. Ladies and gentlemen, if God rested on the seventh day, why can't we? Why can't we? We need rest. PSG 3, Mets 2. And in fairness, first and foremost, big respect to Mets. Mets, who are currently struggling in Ligue 1. I think they're currently dead last still in the Ligue 1, battling in the relegation zone, going up and facing the top of the table league leaders PSG at home. And in fairness, they had a very good rendition of themselves and definitely can be proud of their performance. But coming to PSG, first and foremost, what I want to look at this momentum. Yes, for most of the game it was PSG and whatnot. But what is this? 𝙎𝙾. What's this at the end here? Like, at the end there, I'm being honest, we were laboring against Mets. Laboring. We could not keep the ball. We looked like a team on the ropes. We looked like we were bending but not breaking. The press wasn't working. We couldn't keep the ball. It looked like we were Mets and they were PSG. They were knocking it around, so on and so forth. That we were suffering shots. It is crazy. But I think the one thing I can say is we are just so tired. Looking at the overall stats, though, obviously PSG overall being more dominant. But even then, when you look at the possession, 60-40, typically PSG get, closer to like 65, potentially 70% possession. And I think that was much closer, in the first half, 71% possession to 29, which means that in the second half, we actually got outpossessed. And granted, we had no red cards, we had nothing like that. Everybody was fit and healthy, so on and so forth, air quotes, and we still got outpossessed to Mets. That never happens. Eesh. But going on overall, again, obviously PSG with the higher XG, 14 shots, 9 shots on target, 3 big chances created, so on and so forth. So overall, in the totality of the game, PSG definitely dominated the game and whatnot. But I think it's clear to go and say that we do not look like the PSG that steamrolled over all of Europe last year. And I think, I guess the alarm bells were there previously, and obviously people mentioned that the fact that PSG, we were really fortunate last year to not have, had suffered many injuries, but now this year we definitely have, and I think we really are now starting to feel the repercussions of that. In that, even when we go and look, the press is not the same that it used to be. The intensity that we go and put on is not the same. The passing range, the speed and what. Like, I feel like we almost pick and choose our moments, and the only times we really go and decide to turn it on is when we absolutely need to, which is oftentimes when we concede a goal. Other than that, we are playing at roughly 60% of our capacities, if that, being very generous. But to talk about the performances today, again, I think it's hard to go and say because of, again, that fact that we just look so labored and so tired. But there was one person that we need to go and address today. Man of the match performance today, 𝙎𝙊𝘾𝘼𝙎𝘏. Wesh. 𝙎𝙊𝘾𝘼𝙎𝘾, man, this is his greatest performance in a PSG jersey. Generational performance today. Man of the match on FOMOB, man of the match in Ligue 1, 8.8, most dribbles complete with 4, won the most duels with 3, hit the woodwork with a crazy shot, 2 assists in the game. Chapeau l'artiste. And with stuff like that, I'm like, hey, we don't need to go get no more wingers. We're okay. Why am I going to go and spend 60 or whatever million it is on another winger when we could develop them ourselves? Or Tsitsi, I want one from the factory. We don't need nobody else. And the fact is, you go and you look today, gets the assist for the John to goal after a great individual piece of work. Gets the assist. TT to TT. He sort of did the favor back. John 2 assisted his first goal, so on and so forth. He does the same. Generational stuff. And by today, generational performance. Absolutely generational game changer. And all I go and say to the other PSG players, other left wingers specifically, maybe less Désiré Doué, but Barcola, Kvara, Bilek, Faites belle, hein? Faites belle, because this performance today, generational, and he is still very young, only 17. 17, younger than Señor 𝙎𝙖𝙾. But anyways, we're not here to talk about that. I thought that he was excellent today. Definitely by far our best player today. Was dynamic, was involved, got touches, was winning fouls. The only thing that he lacked today was a goal. And even then, he had one of the craziest shots from one of the most impossible angles, rattle off the crossbar. I thought he was excellent today. Definitely deserved man of the match today from our boy 𝙎𝙾𝘼𝙎. Other players that played good today, I think, is 𝙬𝙬, who goes and gets his first goal for PSG. Again, another TT to TT connection. We like to see that. I think he is growing into himself. I think now sort of his position is definitely a center midfielder, whereby in the academy he was sort of like a false 9 midfield. I think he's extremely, if you want to go and say, flexible in terms of his positioning, which I think is good. But it's a good thing that he, we have another option off the bench. And just talking more specifically about PSG, it's nice to go and see that now, effectively, we can go and say pretty confidently, we've got like four PSG TTs within the squad rotation. You've got Zaire Emery, obviously the basically unk at this point at 19. We've got 𝙬𝙬, we've got 𝙎𝙬𝙾𝘼, and we've obviously got 𝙎𝙬𝙾𝘼, who I believe was on the bench today. No, I think he's injured, or wasn't in the squad here today. But I think it just goes to show that it's really nice to go and see just how far we've come from previously barely being able to go and getting any TTs, and really Kimpembe being the only representative, to where now we're routinely lining up 3-4 players within the starting 11 in Ligue 1. So that's nice to go and see. Overall, I thought Kang was good today. I thought Gonçalo Ramos today. Actually, the thing is I guess you go and see here, he lost the most duels. I think this is probably one of his better games as a starter, but still, I think my inklings still hold true. He's a great player to go and come off the bench, but no more than that. This guy, I should not be seeing this guy going and starting for me week in, week out. This is against Metz. Scored his goal, yes, a good header, so on and so forth. Had another opportunity where it goes around the keeper, loses his footing, isn't able to get a shot off. And then it's just in the play and whatnot. He doesn't have the turn of pace that everybody else has. He doesn't have the technical ability to be able to, hold off players, play in tight spaces. But he is somebody good to bring off the bench. So I'm going to be really curious to see what exactly we go and decide to make of Gonçalo Ramos, especially over the winter transfer window. Other people, I thought Vitinha here today had an okay performance. Didn't seem nearly as much, but this was like a really just typical Vitinha performance. And what he needed to do, captain today, boss the midfield. At times, you would argue that, especially in that second half and the latter stages when we were really under siege, I would go and say you didn't see him nearly as much. But, another cheeky Vitinha performance. Fabian Ruiz, I think, today definitely did not have the best of games. Came off at halftime, I believe. Looked okay. And defensively, I thought we were generally okay. Zaire Emery, I think offensively looked pretty good, but definitely defensively, you were able to go and see why exactly he is not a natural right back, by formation. And he did, especially on that second goal, get absolutely torched. Which, in fairness, it was a brilliant piece of skill by Metz, a brilliant sequence of play, and you can see that one in the first goal. Again, it's a great strike, but there's also things that happened before. So I thought Zaire Emery was good going forward, but definitely less so defensively. Zabarny, I thought, I'm a bit perplexed as to how he has the higher rating over Pacho. I thought Pacho was much more calm and much more, reassuring there at the back, but overall he was good. And Safonov today, again, it's hard to go and say that, a 5.8. I think this is more so the fact that he conceded 2 goals. There's not really much he could do on those goals. But again, similar to a lot of the Chevalier stuff, there's not much he can do on the goals. But I feel like we're probably not going to want to talk about it because, well, it's not Chica Chevalier. Other people here talked about Lee, talked about Ramos, Ruiz. Yeah. One big thing. Le 𝙎𝙎𝘾𝘼𝘎. No, we need to go full screen for this one. Le 𝙎𝙎𝘾𝘼𝘎 est de retour. Désiré Doué, le golden boy est de retour. Le 𝙎𝙎𝘾𝘼𝘎 est de retour. I thought I wasn't going to see him until 2026, but no, this guy keeps on surprising me. He's back, and what does he do? Gets us the winning goal, because yes, his third goal is what allows us to go win the game. Le 𝙎𝙎𝘾𝘼𝘎, and not only that, but he actually looked good today. 2 shots, goal. He looked lively. The dribbles, the Désiré Doué. What a player you are, man. What a player you are. Just again, obviously he's not fully fit. He's still coming back from his injury and whatnot. And you can see that he's not fully at 100%. But just by the little cameo that he had, not only in the game against Bilbao, less so then, but especially today, the dribbles, taking on people one-on-one, the shots. He's just a maverick out there. Like I don't think that bar, Dembele, he's the only player that can go and in a moment like that, go take 2-3 people on. 𝙀𝙀 can definitely do that, but definitely hasn't been doing so. And listen, my prediction at the beginning of the year that 𝙎𝙊𝘾𝘼 was going to be our best player. And listen, if he continues on this pace, I think he definitely has the means to be able to go and do so. But yeah, I thought 𝙎𝙊𝘾𝘼 was really good today for us. Bradley Barker came on. I thought looked pretty decent. 𝙀𝙀 once again, as in, listen, how many? He got 24 minutes, but again, it's just not enough. It's just not enough. He ghosted even on the goal that we conceded. It's him being sort of pretty lackadaisical. And I just thought in general, coming on fresh legs at the end there, he's not pressing. I could understand it from a Gonzalo. I can understand it from a Lee who didn't come off, but from 𝙀𝙀, who you only came on for 24 minutes. I feel like he's really is just starting to pick and choose his games. And I think we need to start going and, investigating a bit there. It's not to go and put into question everything he's done previously, but I think that he is getting a lot of grace that, for example, someone like a Barcola isn't by the virtue of what he did last year. But if we're being completely honest this year, you can make the case that Barcola has been just as good, if not potentially better than him. But because of the things of last year, he gets a pass almost. And I'm saying, listen, if we're going to go and be critical, we need to be critical equally. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on that. But yeah, overall, as I said previously, I think we just need rest. We just need rest. We need to rest. We need sleep. We need to go, allow him to recharge the batteries. Go to wherever, Ibiza, go to Mykonos, go wherever you need to go, wherever you need to go, deconnect, get rested, and we come back in January. But the thing is that PSG still has 2 games. We got the Intercontinental Club World Cup final against Flamengo, I believe, this Thursday. And then we've got a midweek Coupe de France game in the round of 32 against a Division 5 team. So hopefully that game will be able to rotate our squad and play a lot of the kids. But for the Intercontinental Club World Cup, I want the sextuple. We need to go and match what Bayern and Barca did. We will be there. But guys, thank you guys very much. It's been a pleasure as always. And remember, stay safe, stay kind, and stay blessed. Godspeed.